Hey guys, it's me, Tatsuko. I hope you guys are having a good day. The Angel of Dream Heidi review, yay! So I bought this doll. It'll be a year in April. God, no, March. Golly. I really love her, and I've had quite a few people ask me, "Do you like this sculpt? How does it? Is it really nice?" And most of the questions were, how is the body? I know people from, not only from my doll group, but from, people on Den of Angels, DeviantArt, ask me, what's the body like? Is it nice? Does it pose really well? So since I've had so many questions, I decided to make just a quick review of the Angel of Dream Heidi. So basically, I'll be giving the basics, give the rundown of the body, and then I'll do some quick little pros and cons and whatnot. So first off, she is Esty. She's 58 centimeters tall. She wears a 8'9" wig. She supposedly can do 14mm eyes. I would not suggest them. I have 14mm in her right now, and it doesn't even look like she has eyeballs. Because her eyes are squinty and they're so dark, you can barely see the whites or the color of her eyes. So I would suggest getting 12mm. I haven't tested that theory, but I could see it working a whole lot better. But again, it's personal preference. I have her in P normal, which is a step darker than white. Believe it or not, this isn't white. Like, to me, this is really pale. I can't even imagine what the white skin looks like. So, you can get her blank or with a face-up. The face-up is gorgeous, but it just really wasn't what I was looking for my character. So, and plus I wanted to do it myself. But she does come with a very pretty face-up, as you can kind of see in this picture of her. I don't know if you can. Very hard. This lighting is pretty awful. I'm sorry about that. I bought her off a seller on eBay who was official Angel of Dream dealer. They gave me the official, we're official card kind of thing. I'm just going to stick that there because there's pain to put in her arm. And they also gave me her certificate of authenticity, which is something you should always ask when buying off someone on eBay or anything, the Den of Angels marketplace that isn't the official company, or, not a legit setup company. So, you can get her off the eBay dealer, or you can get her off Happy House for You, which is a company based in China. If you look for her on the Angel of Dream website, you will not find her. No joke. If people have been on the Angel of Dream website, you'll know that they don't have anything on there. So, when you buy her off of the eBay dealer, she comes with eyes, free pair of underwear, and a bra, except I lost the bra. And she also comes with a free wig, and they sent me this random, beer mug of pink lemonade for SD size, it's fake. I lost it though, so it was really cute, but it was kind of sad. So you get the blank doll, or with the face up, you get the pillow, the underwear, the eyes, the box, the free wig. I think you can get her body flushed, but I'm not sure. So, alright, let's get on with this review. So, we're going to start off up here. I'm sure you are all very familiar with her face. You can see, like I said, you can't even see that she has eyeballs in. Her eyes are actually green, so it's pretty hard to tell. Her head cap just comes off like that. It's a couple magnets and some notches. Pretty basic. Pretty basic. Inside you will see the S hook. You'll also, there we go. There you go. Her eye sockets. Her 14mm eyes are in here. It's just your typical eye socket. I'm not going to take them out because it's a pain to put them back in. Dolls with S hooks are a pain to put eyes in, especially if you don't want to take their head off. So, the cool thing about this doll is her teeth are indeed removable, which is so cool. Except she looks like a granny if she doesn't have them on, but that's okay. So everybody kind of thought it was funny that she had dentures at such a young age. But there's a piece of resin in here with a kind of like a notch on here. Yeah, as you can see, the piece with the notch, there's the notch where my finger is. But that comes out. But to keep it in, I put putty on it so it'll actually stay in place. It's just a piece of resin. There's no magnets, nothing, no notches. Just a piece of resin with a handle. So you'll definitely want to put some putty on that when you do. Okay, so here's her super adorable profile. She has like the sweetest profile in the whole world. She also, let's see if I can get this, has dimples. I don't know if you guys can see them, but she's got some dimples, and it's really, really, really cute. Her head can move up pretty well. Not as much as I'd like. Like, if you want to do a picture of her standing and then looking up at the camera, she won't do it. It's hard. But I think part of the problem is she comes extremely tight when you get her. When I first got her, her wrist was chipped. I don't know if it was like that before I got her or when I first started playing with her, but she got a chip in her wrist like the first day I got her because she's so tight. Which also is probably part of the problem with her mobility issues. One of her arms doesn't bend very well, and her knees are a little funky, and her torso joint doesn't really bend back that well. But I think the problem is because she's too tight. I'm probably going to be restringing her, hopefully. Our October meet we're having restringing, so I'm going to see if someone can help me and figure out if it's a restringing problem or if it's a sculpt problem. I will keep you updated on that. But her head moves that side really well, and this side pretty well. But so there you have it. Her head movement's pretty good. So for her shoulder joints, it's just your typical single ball joint piece here. She actually holds her arms up extremely well. I mean, she can hold both of them up and it'll stay, which is really, really nice. And it's super cool because she can keep them up. I mean, even in clothes, some dolls can't keep them up in clothes, you know, and she can, so it's super cool. So, she's kneeling now. So the next part of her arms is her elbow joints. Like I said, a little tight. Oop, there it goes. Every time I move it, it goes snap. Her arms bend pretty well. This one is actually the worst bending one. Like, that's kind of how it bends, but could be the string. This was the one that's finicky. Yeah. I mean, she can touch her face pretty well. You got this gap here. But, all in all, she has pretty good arm mobility. You know, aside from the stringing. So, her wrist joints are a simple ball joint. The cool thing about this is it has an S hook on the inside of the wrist and the hand. So you can take them off, which is super easy for restringing or putting on clothes, which I hear is a really nice feature to have. Her hands are absolutely gorgeous. They are to scale to her face because if you touch your face, your hands are as big as your face. And most dolls, their hands are never as big as their face, which, I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. But they are a bit of a pain to put into sleeves, especially ones that I make, apparently. She hates them. So, but they are absolutely gorgeous. They're both pretty much the same, which I don't really care. They're hands. I'm mostly looking at her face anyway. So, okay, so for her torso joint, she has 3 pieces. She has the bottom piece right here, and then the top one. The top one does not bend back at all, but she can slouch pretty well. That's her slouching. With clothes, it's not as bad, but she can be like that, or all the way back, or all the way down, which is really super uber cool. For this bottom piece here, she has this really cool feature. There is a locking mechanism in here. Let me see if I can share. If you can see that piece, there's a hole in there, and then there's a little knob in there. There you go. I can kind of see it. It's a little dark. But she has 3 positions to lock in. She can lock in forward and backward, and this allows her to bend back pretty well. So it's good for taking photos from a downward look, and she's looking up, which is super cool, if her head would cooperate. But it's really a nice feature. I don't have to worry about her. She wiggles a little bit, but I think it's because the holes aren't deep enough. But it's nice because I don't have to worry about her slipping back into her default position because she's locked into place. And she just snaps back in, which is uber cool. Okay. So her legs, moving on, are really long. Most BJDs have long legs. You can't get away from it. Yes. So her legs are super cute. She has these really nicely sculpted kneecaps, and just overall nicely shaped legs. In the back, well, you can't see how dirty she is. She gets played with a lot. You have the peanut joint here, the leg joints, which are pretty nice. They give a very nice back illusion. They actually kind of curve in, which is cool. For bending or kneeling, however, you do kind of have to work at it by pushing this. When you bend it all the way, if you don't work at it, it'll do this. But if you push this piece up, you'll get that effect. Again, tightness issue, but overall not a big deal. So she kneels really well, as you saw earlier, but she kneels super well. She can't stand on one leg because most dolls can't, but she definitely can't. Feet. They have the simple ball joint just like the wrists with the S hooks in it, so it's really nice. And she's got uber cute toes. I'm not a feet person, but these are really cute. There we go. Alright. She does have man feet. I learned this while buying clothes for her. I bought her shoes from Dolmore, and everybody says that they are extremely huge for MSD size and any size. So I bought her an MSD pair because I thought, okay, well, if they run really big, I'll just get her one of these. Well, she has man feet, apparently, and apparently MSD shoes are too small. I had to squeeze her in there, and they just recently broke on me because they're like, we can't take this anymore. So just be careful when you buy her shoes because her feet are really big. I call man feet, man shoulders, big boob, J-Lo butt doll with man hands. So, but I love her though. Don't get me wrong. So I think that about sums it up for the basics. So the pros and cons of this doll. The pros far outweigh the cons, guys. Please don't be discouraged with how dirty she is. Mostly because I'm just a terrible caregiver. And please, please don't be scared of getting it because of how tight she is. It's just a company thing. Some companies send their dolls really loose, some send them very tight. So don't worry about mobility quite yet until I get the full, okay, well, it's just a string thing. But if you really want one of these, I would definitely go for it. The Angel of Dream Body. I want to say that their P normal almost matches Volk's normal. I think I heard that somewhere. Please don't quote me on that. But you can. She's a very nice color. So the pros. The pros are she is a very nice sculpt. She's a unique sculpt. If you have been looking for a very happy doll face, she's your girl. She's super happy. She's very cute. Definitely, she's not too expensive. She's a pretty decent price for an SD. You know, not like resin sold cheap, but she's, I think with shipping I paid only $2.95 for her, and she is absolutely amazing. She has fell so many times and she hasn't broken, you know, and I'm pretty clumsy. So another pro would be the awesome bottom torso joint. I love that locking feature. It is come in handy for so many pictures. So I also like the fact that her arms, do the robot, stay up. I like that her arms stay up. You know, they can just hold position. I like the teeth. I think that is a really neat feature that more dolls are having nowadays. I see a lot of dolls with removable teeth, and I think that's pretty interesting. Another pro would be the S hooks in the feet and in the hands so that you can remove them. Cons. She's very tight. You will probably have to restring her as soon as you get her. I haven't, and I'm pretty sure I'm starting to regret that now. Because, you know, she's already got her shares of chips in the joints, especially around the wrists and the ankles. Another con would be, they're so hard to think of because there's not a whole lot of cons I see with her. To some people, there may be more. But I think the majority of the problems that I have with her is her tightness. And me being a noob, I am very scared to restring her, so I'm gonna need help. Another con, for me personally, I don't know, for those people who cannot sew, she is the worst doll to sew for. I make her standard size SD clothes according to measurements. They either end up too big or too small, and her man shoulders, big boobs, or big butt ends up ripping them. So if you can't sew, it's a nightmare. She rips all the clothes I make. The recent ones I made, she's actually left alive. So, yeah. I think that's all the cons I have though. And the big one is an easy fix. Alrighty guys, so this is her all dolled up. Ha 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 ha. I laugh every time I say that. In her brand new kimono, which is super, super cute, and I absolutely love it. Thank you, Nana. So, and with her with her wig, and all prettyful and stuff. So, I hope this review was helpful. This is actually the second time I had to record it. Video cameras. So yeah. So I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions whatsoever, please leave a comment or personal message me, or you can ask me on my DeviantArt, whatever. I will put all those links down there. I will also have the links for where I bought her and the other place you can get her. The only thing is with the other place you can get her, shipping to the US anyway is extremely expensive. But when I got her off of eBay, it was a lot cheaper. So, and she is a more inexpensive doll than most. So, which is really, really nice. And she's a really nice quality, and she's uber cute. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I hope this was somewhat helpful. Again, leave me comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.